Hello everyone, Christina here. Welcome to another video. My voice is a little under the weather, or I should say I'm a little under the weather. I'm getting over a cold, but I wanted to share this envelope with you. So I'm using the birthday block set stamp set from Mama Elephant, and I've created my own envelope out of some 90-pound watercolor paper. I'm going to stamp the image in Sparrow ink from Simon Says Stamp. I believe this is an ink that's probably discontinued at this point. They've been slowly just, not restocking their original ink pads and just, letting them be discontinued. But I picked this color in particular because I wanted a very soft brown, but I needed it to be waterproof. So this was just the ink I had on hand. So I stamped the image multiple times onto my watercolor envelope. And then I'm going to open it up and I'm going to put it down onto a hardboard and tape down the corners and edges with some blue painter's tape. I'm also putting down a little bit of cardstock, just covering those flaps. I'm trying to protect the flaps from any paint splatter that might happen. Sometimes when I get painting pretty quickly, I get little splatters of paint on the envelope flaps, and I wanted to prevent that. I'm using a bunch of different colors of markers from Karin Markers, and as well as a size 2 round brush. And I'm going to be squiggling the markers onto this slick surface. It's actually a paint palette from Art Impressions. And then picking up the paint and painting my images right here. So I'm going to turn on some music and speed up the painting process so you can see it all the way from beginning to end. You saw me add a little bit of white gouache painting for those sparkles at the end. And then I peeled up all of the tape and took off those protective areas on the flaps. I then used some tape from Fawn to assemble my envelope. And I did put the tape on the flap, the top flap of the envelope that I will leave. I won't use that until I actually send the envelope. So here's the finished envelope. I just had to pick out some postage. I used this really cute Mickey and Minnie stamp. I just love that so much. One from an Audrey Hepburn collection of stamps, and then another 2 vintage. Basically, all of these are vintage stamps, but the total postage should be just fine for sending this envelope out. I don't have a specific card to put in this envelope yet, but if I do need to add some additional postage, there is definitely room for it. So I'm also not putting on any microglaze on this envelope yet, just because I don't have an address on it. Thanks so much for joining me today. Check out the stamps that I used for Mama Elephant. They are linked down below in the video description. And I will see you all in another video very soon. Thanks for joining me.